Okay, so this evening we're going to start in crocodile pose, Makarasana, on our bellies. So just come down onto your belly with your arms crossed underneath your head. Just rest your forehead on your wrists. Your feet are at hip distance, just push into all 10 toes. And then just softly rest your forehead, close your eyes, and just let your whole body relax into the floor. Let your heels turn out and let the legs just flop open. Breathe deeply, pressing the belly down into the floor with each inhalation. And just relax here and just feel your body soften into gravity. Feel the support of the earth beneath you as you let go. Calm your mind, listening to the breath. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. Feel the belly extend beneath you as you breathe in. Feel the belly deflate as you breathe out. Long, mindful, soothing breaths. You might notice thoughts coming in and out of your mind as you breathe. Just let them go. Picture them floating away on a cloud and just focus on your breathing, observing the gentle rise and fall of your belly. As you inhale, feel the belly expand like a balloon beneath you. And as you exhale, draw your navel to your spine. Relax your feet, ankles, knees, calves. Relax your hips and thighs. Relax your lower back, your spine, shoulders. Relax your belly, chest and neck. Relax your face. Relax the whole of your head. Slow, mindful breaths. Just being present with yourself. Feeling the body. Feeling the breath. Connecting with your breath. Connecting with this moment. And then take one last deep inhale. And as you exhale, just softly open your eyes. Just lift your head and shoulders. Rest your hand in your chin in your hands with your elbows on the mat to feel that very gentle stretch on your lower back. Breathing in and out through the nose. So today we're focusing on flexibility. If you really want to stretch from head to toe, really increase your flexibility and mobility, especially in the hips, hamstrings and spine, then this is going to be really good for you this evening. Just breathing in and out through the nose. The body's relaxed, the muscles are soft. We've just got that gentle stretch on our back. Lovely. And then just release down. I'm going to come into a quad stretch, half frog pose, Ardha Bakasana. So just keep everything at hip distance. And then bring your right heel in towards your glute. And you might notice that your knee kind of goes out, or your foot goes west kind of thing. Try and really focus on pushing your quad muscle into the mat, and your heel, as we pull it in, should be at the middle of your glute, so not out to the side, or just really try and get it in that nice central position, and really push into your pubic bone and push your quad muscle to the mat. Just really try and lengthen your tailbone as if flattening your lower back into the mat. And you may feel some sensation in the knee, but that's not kind of a bad thing. We've got a lot of connective tissue surrounding our knees. You should feel that like a little gentle stretching sensation across the top of the knee. But obviously, if it's more than a little stretching sensation, it feels painful, then just release the stretch, the hold of it. Just make sure it's not painful, just a gentle stretch. Breathing in and out through the nose. You can just rest your forehead on your hands, or you can come up a little bit, just whatever feels comfortable for you. Breathing in and out through the nose, just isolating that quad muscle, feeling that gentle stretch on the knee. And then slowly release. Oh, you should really feel that on your quads if you really isolate that move. And then let's do the same on the other side. So again, just making sure that that knee's pushed into the mat, everything stayed at hip distance, your heel is like in the middle of your glute. And you can rest your forehead down or just be a little bit lifted. If you're a bit lifted, just make sure you're engaging your core. It'll just take that pressure off the back. Don't come up too high yet, because we're only just warming up. So don't want any kind of tension. We don't want that compression on your lower back. And just really push that quad muscle and pubic bone into the mat, breathing in and out through the nose. Really feel that isolation all along the front of our thigh and quad muscle. We get a lot of tightness in these quads from each end of the spectrum. From if you're a really active person, then it can get really tight. If you do a lot of running, things like that. But also if you do a lot of sitting, you'll also get tightness. So it doesn't matter what end of the spectrum, you'll get tightness in those quads. And then just release. Ooh. Keep your feet at hip distance and just come onto your elbows into Sphinx pose, Salamba, Bhujangasana. So push your pubic bone into the mat. Feel like you're squeezing your shoulder blades together to push your heart forward, to get lots of expansion on the front of the chest. Keep that core engaged as well, again, to take that pressure off the back. So you want to feel it on your back. You want to feel like getting a stretch along your front as well. Feel like you're kind of dragging yourself across the mat. Really push the elbows and forearms into the mat. Breathing in and out through the nose. Lovely. Feel that opening of your chest and heart area. Lovely. And then just lower back down, cross your hands, and you can just rest your forehead again on your hands. And then widen your knees to so that they're kind of off the edges of your mat, really. And we're going to do a belly windscreen wiper move. So you just rest your forehead on your hands, and you just let your feet go from side to side. And you might get both feet down, you might not. One side might feel a little bit easier than the other side, just moving from side to side. It might feel a little bit unnatural as we're doing it on our bellies rather than on our fronts. Lovely. So yeah, lovely. It does feel quite strange. We'll get that lovely stretch on our glutes, our lower back. Helps to release any tension. Lovely. And then just once more each side. And then bring the feet to stillness. We're going to come into a belly butterfly. So take the soles of your feet together. So your toes will be facing away from your body. And then you may be able to take your feet all the way down to the mat, but this depends not on flexibility, this depends on your anatomy and the shape of your hips. There's no chance I can get my feet down to the mat. It's just not in the shape of my hips just won't allow that. But just let your feet go down as far as they will go in a belly butterfly. So push the soles of the feet together, feel that opening on the front of your hips. A bit like when you're doing frog pose, you get that same kind of sensation in those hips. Just breathing in and out through the nose. Lovely, feel that opening on the front of your inner thighs. Oh, lovely. So yeah, as much as I try, they will not go down to the floor. Lovely, really feel that opening as you breathe in and out through the nose. And then release and just bring your knees back to center. Bring your arms by your sides as you inhale, push into your palms, and exhale, just push back to child's pose. Just stretch off that back. So big toes together, knees at hip distance, just melt your forehead to the mat. Just stretch everything off. Really walk your fingers forward to get that lovely big stretch. Lovely. And then slowly lift up. I'm going to come to a wide child with a thread the needle in a little bit of a twist. So have a quick look. So we take the knees wide to the edges of the mat, and then we come forward, and obviously you can be resting your glutes on your heels, or you can be a bit higher. And so we're going to take the right hand under as if we're doing a thread the needle, but then come onto your left fingertips and really push your elbow up to kind of twist yourself around as well. So your glutes will be up off your heels now. So it really helps us to twist around into that pose. So we're taking that right arm, we're threading it under, we're in a wide child, thread it under as if doing thread the needle, and then push into that left hand to really kind of twist around. So you feel like you're getting a little bit of a twist as well. Just breathing in and out through the nose. And your glutes can be kind of just lifted off your heels or down, just wherever you find that you may be in this pose. So pushing up off that hand to really give a little twist. You'll feel it on that right waist. And just breathe in and out through the nose. We're getting lots of different stretches in this pose, from the inner thighs, our shoulders. We're getting a twist on our spine. Lovely. Melting that forehead to the mat. And if it feels really uncomfortable, a bit too intense, in a wide child, bring your knees a little bit closer together, or you could even just go into the normal thread the needle. And then just release, inhale, bring that arm up, just extend the arm to open up your shoulder, and exhale, release. You should feel that a little bit more on your waist than you would a normal thread the needle. So let's do the other side. So we come down, we take that left arm up, we thread it underneath as if we're doing thread the needle, then come onto our right fingertips and really push to lift and twist. So it might not be much of a movement, but you will really feel the difference. And just breathing in and out through the nose. You're twisting around as well as resting your shoulder down. Feel that on your inner thighs too. Slow, steady breath. And then just flatten that arm, inhale to lift up, exhale, release. And then just bring your knees back to center. Let's just do a few cat-cows just to stretch off that spine. So fingers spread, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Inhaling, push your heart forward, drop your belly. Exhale, draw that belly up, tuck the chin, really push into your palms to round the shoulders. And then inhale back through. So just slow and steady moving with your breath, just to get that flexibility and mobility into your spine. Lovely. Big inhale as we gaze up. Big exhale to round. And then let's do one more through each way. Lovely. And then just come back to a neutral spine. And let's come into our first downward facing dog. So fingers spread, wrist on the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Inhale, turn the toes, and exhale, lift up into downward dog. And let's just walk that dog a little bit just to stretch everything out. Oh, really hold that deep stretch. Push down through your heel and just hold for a couple of breaths. And then swap. Oh, and hold to get that really deep stretch. All the way up the back of your legs. And then again, swap sides. Oh. Breathing in and out through the nose, push into all 10 knuckles to take that pressure off your wrists. Keep your gaze in between your feet and then just swap feet again. Push your chest towards your thigh, lift your tailbone high. And then inhale, lift onto both tiptoes and then exhale. Release your heels as far down as they will go. Get that lovely deep stretch. Then inhale, take that gaze forward and either walk or lightly jump your feet to the front of the mat and stay folded in Uttanasana. Just let everything release. Grab opposite elbows and then just sway side to side, feet at hip distance. And there's no need for straight legs. Just do what feels good, just let everything go. Feel that release all the way up the back of your legs. Really going to stretch our hamstrings, our calves. Breathing in and out through the nose. And then just come back to center, release the hands. And we're going to do a lovely IT band stretch. We're stretching the IT band quite a bit today because that always gets tight when we've not got much flexibility. So bring your fingers to the mat, so bend into your knees as much as you need to. And then cross your right leg behind. So you say if you're in the middle of the mat, your feet are just at hip distance. Cross your right foot behind so it comes to the edge of the mat and turn it onto its outside edge. So you want to try and keep that back leg, that right leg straight, but you can bend into the front left one as much as you can. Then walk your hands over to the left and then you'll get that lovely big stretch all along the IT band. Oh, so that will feel quite intense, especially if you have got a lot of tightness there. But it should feel quite nice. It's quite an intense stretch, but it is amazing and it stops, especially if you do quite a lot of high impact exercise like running and stuff. It's one of the really common injuries, IT band problems, so it's really good to stretch it out. And it's going to affect our balance, our posture, and it can be very painful if it's really tight, so it's really good to stretch it. Just breathing in and out through the nose. And then bring your hands back to center, uncross the feet. Oh, and let's do the same on the other side. And I should imagine one side might feel very different for each of us. So we've crossed our left leg behind now, and it goes on to the as far as you can take it really. So it'll be off the mat probably. Turn onto the outside edge of your foot, then walk your hands to the right. Push out through your left hip. Oh, yes, one side definitely feels tighter than the other. Feel that lovely stretch. So that front leg, that right leg can be bent. Try if you can to keep the back leg straight. But you know, just do what you can. Oh, feel that lovely stretch. It's an amazing stretch this for your IT band. And then come back to center. Oh, and then let's just take the feet wide, turn the toes out, heels in, and come down to Malasana Yogi Squat. Use your elbows to press those knees open. And if you've got a block, or well, not a block, you want to have a yoga block, but a cushion or anything if you need it for your heels, feel free to grab it now, just to give you that bit of more stability. But if you don't need it, then just keep your feet flat. And let's just take a little twist in this pose. So drop your right hand onto the inside of your right leg and then twist and open that left arm. So that lovely twist, so your arms are just in line with each other. And then come back, push those elbows out. Again, you don't need to take the twist if you don't want, if you just want to hold the posture, feel free. And take that left arm out, take that right arm up so the arms are just in line with each other. Squeezing through that core, lovely. Breathing in and out through the nose. And of course, if you don't need the block, obviously you don't need to use one. So twisting through. And then just come back to center. Lovely, lovely deep stretch on that inner thigh. And then just release your hands. Take the legs back and push back to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Oh, stretch everything up. And then exhale, just release your knees. Sit back on your heels, open up your arms, open up your chest, give your arms a stretch, turn your palms, just really stretch your forearms, a great stretch for our wrists. Just while you're doing that, I'll just show you what we're going to do. So we're going to come into a three-legged dog and then a floating table crunch. So we come into downward dog. We're going to come into a three-legged dog. We take that right leg as high as we can. And then as we exhale, we're going to bend into the legs and we cross the right ankle over the left. So we're in like a floating table, if you will. And then we inhale, extend again. So we exhale to crunch, floating table, inhale to extend. So start on our right leg. So feel that lovely stretch on your forearms. And then come back to tabletop position and let's push up into downward facing dog. So inhale, turn the toes, exhale, push up to downward dog. As you inhale, push into your left foot and extend your right foot high as it will go. Really open up your hip. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, come forward, bend into the legs, float the knees off the mat, cross that ankle over, and then inhale, extend back up. Exhale to crunch. Inhale, extend that foot high. Exhale to crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale to crunch. And then on your next one, inhale, lift up. And as we exhale, we bring this right foot through the middle. We start to walk the hands forward of the shoulders, and then we're going to come into standing half splits pose. So your face is facing your knee, and then we're going to do those crunches like we just did. So we cross the ankle behind. So exhale to crunch, we inhale to lift. You should really feel this on your standing leg. Exhale to crunch, bend into the legs. Then inhale, extend that leg up, take your gaze towards your knees, standing splits. Exhale to crunch. Inhale to lift, lovely. Exhale to crunch, feeling it in that standing leg and in your glutes, lovely. And one more, exhale to crunch. Inhale, standing half splits. And then just drop your back foot down, pivot the foot around, straighten your front leg, start to lift up. We're going to fold into pyramid pose, Purvottanasana. Take an inhale and then just exhale, fold to waist height. So I'll just turn this way so you can see. So your heels are in line, your back foot is pivoted out to give you that balance, and then you're folding over. So your spine is nice and flat, your core's engaged. We get that lovely deep stretch on the hamstrings. So really working on our flexibility this evening. It's going to improve our mobility and our strength. Breathing in and out through the lovely. And then start to bend into that knee, take the hands to the mat, pivot that back foot around, and then take your hands on the inside. Just take that foot, front foot, just further out towards the edges of the mat. And then just rock gently forward on back, just to loosen your hips. Oh, lovely. Fabulous. And then we're going to come to lizard pose, Uttan Prasthasana. So just drop your back knee. We take the foot to the edge of the mat and walk it as far forward as you can, so it doesn't stay in line with your shoulder now. And then just rotate it. If you want a deeper stretch, come onto the outside edge. But again, you don't have to do that. And then you can stay here, or you can come, if you had a cushion before, you could use that, or bring your elbows down to the mat, just whatever works for you. Just notice where you are today and just take it to your point of tension. Lovely. Breathing in and out through the nose. So just come into where works for you. I'm using my block today, as soon as I've got it with me. And then if you wanted, you can stay here. If you wanted to add on a quad stretch, then you can bend your back leg, take your hands all the way around and take a quad stretch. But again, it's just an option, that one. You don't have to take it. Just do what works for you. Lovely. And then slowly release that foot. If you did have the quad stretch, flatten the foot to the mat, take that foot back, and then push back to downward facing dog. And you can just stay in downward dog. If you want to add a vinyasa flow, then inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower the knees, thighs, belly, chest, chin, squeeze those elbows in, and inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. Whichever works for you, push your heart forward. And then exhale, push back, we all meet in downward facing dog. So let's take that flow on the other side. So inhale, push into your right foot and extend that left foot as high as you can. And then as we exhale, we bend into the knees, we come to a floating table, cross that ankle over. Then inhale, lift up. Exhale, cross that ankle and crunch in floating tabletop. Inhale, take that foot up. Exhale to crunch. Inhale, take that foot up. And then this time, bring that foot forward through the middle. Start to walk your hands forward of your shoulders and then lift up into half split pose. Lovely. Feel the strength in that standing leg. And let's take those crunches. So inhale, lift the leg high. Exhale to crunch, cross the ankle behind. Inhale, lift up. Invert that head. Exhale to crunch. And again, you don't have to add these crunches on. You might just want to stand still in standing half splits. Just do what works for you. We're just moving with the breath. Exhaling to crunch. Inhale to lift, really open up the legs. Exhale to crunch. And then one more. Inhale, lift up high as you can. And then take that, drop that back foot down, pivot the foot around, walk the hands in, straighten that front leg, slowly lift up. Take an inhale and then exhale to fold into pyramid pose. Lovely. Pushing into the feet for that firm foundation. So the whole of both feet are flat on the mat. Feel that isolation of that hamstring, core engaged, your back is nice and flat. And then lower to your hands, mat bends, where you pivot that back foot around. Walk your foot out slightly, bring your hands on the inside, and then just rock gently forward and back, just to loosen up those hips. Breathing in and out through the nose. Lovely. We're quite intense, but whenever we're working on our flexibility, it can feel quite intense. Lovely. And then lower your back knee. Walk the foot to the edge of the mat and take it as far forward as you can to get that lovely deep stretch. And then as a next option, keep the foot flat if you want, or turn it onto its outside edge if you want to get into those hips. You can stay here again. Next option, to use a cushion or something, book, whatever you need, just to give you that little bit of height, or come down to the mat. Just do what works for you. Fabulous. So really lovely hip opener. So following on, we did a few hip openers last week. So this is just kind of following on from that. And if you wanted to add on that quad stretch, then bend that back knee in, take that left arm all the way around and grab a hold of your foot, but trying to open up your shoulder. But again, that's just an option. You don't have to take it. Just do what feels good for you this evening. Oh, that lovely quad stretch at the beginning will help you to have got into this pose if you're doing the quad stretch. And then just very, very gently release the foot. If you have the quad stretch, bring the arm back around, flatten the foot, and then let's walk that foot in. Take the foot back and push back to downward facing dog. Oh. And again, stay here or take a vinyasa flow. Inhaling, coming forward to plank. And let's lower in full chaturanga this time if we can, but if not, just go back to the original one. Exhale, lower that whole body. And then inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. Push your heart forward, engage your core. And then exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Inhale, take that gaze forward and either walk or lightly jump your feet to the front of the mat. Lovely, just staying folded in Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Feel that lovely stretch all the way up the back of your legs. Then bend into the knees, take a big inhale. And as you come up, bring the arms up, use your core strength. And as you exhale, draw that energy to your heart. Lovely. So we're going to come into standing king pigeon pose. So our left leg is going to be our standing leg. So spread the toes, lift up through your thighs. Start to bend into that leg a little bit and then cross your right leg over. And then we sit back as if like doing chair pose, sink your glutes back as if you're pushing back into chair, keep that foot flexed, top foot flexed. And you can stay here with the hands in prayer. Really feel that in your right glute and hip. If you want it to come deeper, then you can fold over and bring your hands to the mat. So this is going to be a deeper stretch, but it's actually going to give you more balance. So just do what works for you. So we're pushing our glutes back as if sitting in that chair. Feel that wobble in those legs. And then if you have had your hands down, then use your core strength to lift you back up. And then bring your hands into prayer. And then we'll all slowly stand up. And we're going to come into Lord of the Dance. So we start to take that foot back, bend the knees so that the knee's facing down to the ground. Bring your hand onto the inside edge of your foot if you can. If not, take it on the outside edge. Then we inhale to extend that left arm up. And then we exhale, come to Lord of the Dance. So you're not folding over so that your torso is parallel. You want to keep your heart forward, your drishti, your gaze is actually forward. So push that foot into the ankle. Feel the strength in your standing leg. Lovely, stretching through your fingers, core engaged, breathing in and out through the nose. Lovely. Fabulous. And then just slowly release. Oh, give those legs a shake. We're going to come to big toe pose. Gustasana before we do the other side. So take the feet a little bit wider than hip distance. And then just bend into knees, fold forward and grab a hold of your big toe. So with your 2 fingers and thumb. And then bend your legs as much as you can here. And we're going to inhale to a halfway lift. So we take that gaze along the floor, we bring the arms straight, and then we exhale to fold deeper and the elbows go out to the side. So we inhale, halfway lift, gaze forward, arms straight, exhale to fold. So the legs can be really bent here. It's not about having straight legs at all in this posture. So just moving with your breath, inhaling to halfway lift, exhaling to ragdoll fold in, elbows out. Inhale to lift, exhale, push those elbows out, fold deeper. Feel that deep stretch all the way up the back of your leg. And exhale, fold, let those elbows go out. Lovely. Then release your fingers, push into the mat with your feet to engage that core, and then just slowly come up vertebra by vertebra, using that core strength to lift you. Really focus on that core. Oh, lovely. And then just give your legs a shake, and we'll do that same thing on the other side. So probably feeling quite tired now, quite intense. We've done a lot of deep stretching on those legs. So spread the toes of the right leg, start to bend it gently, cross your left ankle over, flex the foot, and then sink back, bending into that leg as if sitting in a chair, and bringing the hands into prayer. into standing king pigeon pose. And if you want that deeper stretch, then fold forward. And one side will probably feel very different from the other. So like I say, this is deeper stretch, but it actually makes it a bit easier to balance because you've got your hands on the mat. So just do what works for you. Just breathing in and out through the nose. Lovely. Really building on our flexibility, our mobility, and also our strength. And then if you have been lower, use that core strength to lift yourself up. And then we'll all slowly lift back up. Start to uncross the foot, take that foot behind, take the hand on the inside edge of the foot if you can, the knees facing down towards the mat. Engage that core, take your right arm up, inhale, and as you exhale, come into Lord of the Dance, Natarajasana, pushing your heart forward, your drishti, your gaze is forward, pushing that foot, back foot into your hand to lift your thigh. Feel that in your right glute as you breathe in and out through the nose. Lovely. Ooh, embrace that wobble in those legs. Lovely. And then slowly release. Oh, give those legs a shake. So this time, rather than big toe pose, another variation, you can come back to that one. This time, we're going to see if we can get our hands all the way under. So again, the feet are just a little bit wider than hip distance. Really bend into the knees this time. And then see if you can take the whole of your hand underneath your foot. So your toes are like kissing your wrist crease. So really bend into the legs here. Be careful in this pose. It does challenge your balance a bit. And then we're going to inhale again to halfway lift, straighten the legs, and then we exhale, we bend them. We probably won't take my exercise, probably won't move much in this version. And obviously, if it doesn't work for you, then just do the previous big toe pose. So inhale, feel like you're lifting a little bit forward, taking your gaze forward, and then exhaling to fold. And then just stay folded. So you're really bending into your legs. You feel that stretch all the way up the back of your legs and into your spine and shoulders. Lovely. So really challenging our balance as well. Be really careful in this posture. Breathing in and out through the neck. And then very slowly and carefully release one hand and then the other. Lovely. Bring the feet together and then just slowly lower yourself down to the mat. Ooh. And then just come down, give your legs a shake, a stretch. And then take them as wide as you can. It's as comfortable for you as we can. So we're going to do a side body stretch. This really stretches our quadratus lumborum, which we should stretch. If we do a lot of sitting, particularly with our jobs, then we should stretch this every day. But that's easier said than done. We never do. I always think, I'll stretch it every day, and then I don't. So just let your right hand come down onto the inside of your foot, just rest it on your thigh and take a big inhale and take this left arm over. So we're not looking to fold over, we're looking to open up still. So really feel that stretch, really push your sitting bones into the mat. Breathing in and out through the nose. So we're getting that lovely stretch, we can really feel that. So we're not pushing forward, we're opening up. And you'll feel that on your quadratus lumborum. And inhale, lift up. Let's go to the other side. So folding, big side body, pushing the sitting bones into the mat. Feel that stretch here and all the way down this lower spine area, quadratus lumborum. So trying to keep your gaze up, your torso facing up, breathing in and out through the and then inhale, lift up, exhale, release. And then let's fold forward. So again, a couple of ways you can do this. You could take an inhale, exhale to fold, bring your hands onto your feet, your legs. You may even, if you've got that cushion still, you want to come on to rest your elbows, or just bring your elbows down to the mat. Just do what works for you. Feel that stretch now all the way down the outside of your legs. And feel that again, this is stretching that quadratus lumborum too. Breathing in and out through the nose. So just flex your feet so you're pushing out through your heels, and then you'll really feel that down the back of your legs. And then just point the feet and it'll just change where you feel it. So we're getting a full range of movement, full range of stretches. And then again, just flex the feet, push out through the heels. And then just point again. Oh, notice the difference in where you feel that stretch. So again, your hands can be down by your feet or in front, whatever feels comfortable for you. And then either walk your hands up or walk your hands in. Ooh, lovely. Bend into those legs. Ooh, bring them in. And give yourself a squeeze. And then we're going to roll back onto our belly where we started originally. I'm going to do scorpion pose, which is a nice shoulder opener. Just move the screen slightly so you can see more. So we come onto our bellies, and then our arms are at shoulder distance with the palms facing down. And then we're going to roll onto our right side. And then you can bring the legs up. So that's like coming into broken wings pose. Or if you want an extra stretch, keep the legs extended and take that left leg behind. And then you can take this left arm can stay just in line with your right arm, or you can take it all the way around the back to open up that shoulder as well. So just do what feels good for you in this posture. So you can either be here like I am with that leg taken over to the back, or you can just bring both knees up. So I'll show it you from this end. So with the knees up in this position, the legs are extended and that left leg is behind, and then we can take this right arm behind as well. So we're getting that lovely opening now on our pec muscles. Again, these can become really short, so our shoulders round. So again, it affects our posture, our balance, our breathing. So this is, again, really good for working on that flexibility in our shoulder area. And breathing in and out through the nose. So again, it shouldn't really feel that tense in this moment. It is a bit more intense in this version. But we should just feel a gentle opening. It's super effective. Breathing in and out through the nose. Lovely. And then if you've got your knees bent or that leg over the top, then just extend both legs out and then roll back onto your belly to come to the other side. So then we roll onto the left and either bend into your knees or keep Both legs straight, take that top leg behind and take your right arm behind. Lovely. Just do what feels good for you in this posture. Feel that lovely, gentle opening on your shoulder. It's an amazing stretch. Lovely. Breathing in and out through the nose. Just melting your body into the mat. And then to extend both legs out and then roll back onto your belly. Lovely. And then from this position, you can just roll onto your back. Bring your feet up, coming into happy baby pose, Balasana and Andasana. So we take a hold of the big toes, the soles of the feet are facing up. Use your elbows to push the knees down towards your armpits. And if this isn't right for you, you can't, you feel like you have to lift your head and shoulders, then just take your hands underneath your thighs. So pushing your knees out towards the side in happy baby pose. Lovely. Then just release your feet to the mat. Cross your right ankle over your left. So getting that figure four, supine figure four pose. Flex that top foot. And then we're going to take our last IT band stretch. So from this position, just let this top knee come all the way down to the mat and extend your right arm over. And if this top knee is coming forward, just use this left hand to push it so it's facing up towards the ceiling. So we're getting that lovely, lovely stretch. The head and shoulders are relaxed into the mat. The torso, your gaze is up towards the ceiling. Breathing in and out through the nose. Lovely, a lovely deep stretch to finish our flexibility practice. And then just release your arm down, bring your feet back to center and cross them. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. And then just gently let your left foot come all the way down to the mat. Extend your left arm. Your right hand can just rest on your belly. Your head and shoulders are just relaxed into the mat. Feel that lovely stretch as you breathe in and out through the nose. And then slowly bring your knees back to center. Across the feet, draw the knees into the chest. Just rock gently side to side to release any last tension. Then bring the knees to center. Extend the legs up. Point through your toes to stretch the front of your leg. And flex the feet, push out through your heels to stretch the back of your legs. Final deep stretch to finish with. And then bend the knees into the chest. Lift your head and shoulders. Wrap your arms around your shins. Squeeze your nose towards your knees. Really squeeze. And then slowly release your head, shoulders, arms and legs. Coming to Shavasana for our final relaxation. So feel free to get socks, jumpers, whatever you need to stay warm and comfortable for our final relaxation. Then come to Shavasana. Feel your spine extend from the tailbone to the base of your skull. Allow your shoulders to relax down away from your ears. Tuck the chin slightly to feel length and extension through the back of your neck. Let your hips, thighs, knees relax. Soften the skin of your face. Relax your jaw, relax your throat. With your eyes closed, just draw your awareness inwards. Begin to feel the subtle sensations of breath flowing in and out of your body. Cool air through the nostrils on the inhale. Warm air through the nostrils on the exhale. In this pose, you allow your whole body to rest and restore its energy as you slow down, let go, and deeply relax. Feel the earth holding and supporting your body as you let go of all efforts and control. Feel all of your muscles becoming soft. A feeling of peace and ease washes over you now. You can allow your breath to just flow effortlessly now, without forcing, controlling, or even thinking about it. Just let the breath breathe you now. Let the body become still and serene, like a calm pond. Now imagine that a soothing, healing light begins to wash over you. The light is any colour you wish. It is your healing light. As you breathe deeply and relax, the light washes over your whole body, encompassing your being with its beautiful energy. You continue to relax deeply on the mat as the crown of your head gently opens to receive this healing light. It slowly fills your head, relaxing and soothing your brain. Colourful light pushes down your throat, softening and healing everything it touches. It fills your chest and shoulders, abdomen and back. The soothing light washes through your lungs, heart, and into your internal organs, cleansing and healing each intricate system. This healing light eases down your arms into your hands, all the way to the tips of your fingers. This beautiful light slowly spreads into your hips and pelvis, cleansing and clearing any stored wounds in this area. Washes down your legs, from your thighs, knees, calves, all the way into your ankles, feet and toes. You are completely filled with and surrounded by this bright, healing light. It permeates your skin, muscles and bones, nourishing and healing any hurts, any trauma, any pain. You simply allow it to heal you in any way you need. Relax, allow. Relax and allow this healing light to wash over your entire body as you relax deeper and deeper into the mat. It is now time to leave this meditation. Very gently bring some awareness back into your body and the room around you. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and when you feel ready, just roll onto your right side into fetal position and just take a few breaths. Then softly, gently open your eyes and come up to a seated position, bringing your hands into Praranjali Mudra. We will finish with 3 hot breaths. Inhale, inhale, inhale. When you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine yourself. Namaste. Thank you for your practice. Have a lovely week.